Hey guys, what's up? I'm Slim and you're watching Slimathy TV. In this video, I've got a pretty cool one for you guys. Aiffro was kind enough to send out their P10, which is a magnetic portable SSD. This is not just any SSD. This one is actually compatible with MagSafe, which means you can easily snap it onto the back of your phone. And the craziest thing is this is 1 terabyte with up to 2000 megabytes per second read speed. That's pretty dang fast. When Aiffro first reached out about this, I wanted to check and make sure that this could be used across all platforms, and basically it can. So this can be used on a MacBook, on Windows, on an iPhone, on Android. It can be used on pretty much anything you want. It's basically just a portable SSD. This one is special because it does have MagSafe, so if you do want to use it on your iPhone, that is something that can be done very easily. This is a very Apple-esque style box where you really have to pull it down to get it open, and here we go, cracking it open here. Here is the SSD itself. I am very curious to see just how, oh my gosh, that is so thin, very lightweight. It looks and feels just like one of those MagSafe pucks that Apple sells. This is basically the same material. You got aluminum right here and a soft touch plastic right here. The branding right there. Now, like I said, super thin, not a lot to see on here. This will attach this way to your phone. So this is the soft material that's going to touch your phone, so it's not going to scratch it up. Down here, you have a power button as well as a USB-C slot. All right, so let's set that to the side here. See if there's anything else in this box. Looks like there is. Let's pop this open. See what they've got for us in here. All right, looks like we've got 2 different cables. So we have a typical USB-C to USB-C cable, very short, but it is bendable. We also have another USB-C to C cable, but this one's special. You can tell this is made to go into the phone, and this one's made to go straight into the SSD itself. Very nice attention to detail. Let's clean this up and try it out. All right, so first things first, I'm just going to plug this into the little device itself. I'm going to attach it magnetically to the phone, and you guys can see that is a very strong magnet right there. So it's not going anywhere. Let's plug it in like that. Let's see if the phone does anything. I don't think it will, but I just opened the Files app and here it is. Aiffro right here. It is empty right now. I can easily go ahead and add things to this if I want. I can already feel this warming up just a bit. That's another way to know it is on. However, this does have a power button. So let's say you're out and about and you have this attached to your phone, maybe for filming, which we will get to in a second, and you want to turn it off. You just press and hold this button right here and it will turn off. So I'm going to do that right now just to demonstrate. And just like that, it is now gone. So I'm going to go ahead and press and hold to turn it back on. And just like that, it is back. So that is a pro tip when you are out and about if you want to conserve a little bit of battery life, because this does use a little bit, because it is connected, it's got to power it. Just turn it off when it's not in use and you'll be good to go. Now here's what it looks like from the back and the side. If you have the Pro Max, this will be more flush, but I just have the Pro, so that's what it looks like. So just for fun, I'm going to copy this right here. I don't really even use it. I'm gonna go ahead and click copy, and I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna click on Aiffro, and I'm just going to paste it right into here. Let's see how quickly it goes in. Boom, just like that, it is done. Super quick, super easy. And now just to get rid of it, it's just like any other file. You just hold down, delete, and it's gone. Everything on this SSD is going to be super fast. All right, guys, check this out. This is where something like this really shines. I've unplugged the SSD just to demonstrate. If I want to film in Log right now, it's gonna say freeing resources. I basically have 0 minutes left to record on Log. Reason being, I just don't have enough space on my phone. And I actually do have a decent amount of space. You guys can see right here, I have like 50 gigs free, and it still will not record at all in Log until I free resources. And even then, it gave me 1 minute. That is not enough. So if I want to record in ProRes Log, and I just need to plug in the SSD, give it a second to recognize that it's there, and boom, I have 2 hours and 27 minutes to record in ProRes Log. That is fantastic. So I can record all I want, just like this, for 2.5 hours. That is fantastic. I mean, I couldn't even do this before I had this SSD because this footage takes up so much space. But now it's using the space on the SSD and giving me the freedom to record in ProRes Log. I love this. This is probably the main reason that most of you guys would consider buying one of these. So now let's say you've recorded and you're wondering where the heck did my footage go, because it's not in my photo library. That's right, it's now in your Files app in the Aiffro folder right here. Boom, boom. And now here is that tiny video I just recorded. This was 500 megabytes. Just for that tiny little, how many seconds is that? 5 seconds is 500 megabytes for ProRes Log. Check that out, it's 500 megs. That is why you need something like this connected to your phone if you're serious about filming in ProRes Log. All right, so I just made this brand new folder on my iPhone. This is not in the cloud, this is on my actual iPhone. I wanna see how long it takes to get that ProRes Log footage off of this SSD and onto my iPhone. So let's just see how long this takes. I don't know, I haven't done it yet, but let's just paste and it's done. That was so fast. I mean, that was 500 megs. I expected it to at least take, 5 or 10 seconds, but that was very quick. it is already there. I'm gonna do another ProRes Log 4K 120 frames per second, just so I can get a huge video file here. I'm just gonna let this go for like 30 seconds, and I wanna see how long that takes. I wanna, stress this SSD a little bit, give it something that's bigger than 500 megs, and see how long it takes. So give me just a moment here. All right, we are coming up on 1 minute. There we go, 1 minute, 2 seconds, that's enough. So this was only gonna give me 36 minutes of recording. It's still actually at 36. I think maybe it said 37 before, I don't know. For some reason, I feel like it said 36. But anyways, let's go ahead and check this out. So going back to the folder here, Aiffro, DCIM, 100 Apple, and here it is 20 gigabytes. Just that tiny 1 minute clip was 20 gigabytes. All right, let's go ahead and click on this, just see what it looks like. If it loads, there we go. At first it wasn't loading a second ago. I don't know if it was just too much for the SSD to handle or because I'm on iOS 26 beta. But yeah, this is the video. It's a minute long. It's just me panning back and forth. Let's go ahead and try to copy this over to the other folder to give you guys a real world example. 20 gigabyte file. I mean, that's a decent sized file. So let's just see how long it takes to move it to the iPhone itself. So we're back to the video file here. And again, this is on my iPhone, okay? And this is not in the cloud. So let's go ahead and paste it in. And let's see how long this takes. So this one's actually taking a little bit of time here. I have a feeling that the hard drive itself, it's a little warmer now, so it might just be throttling itself just a tiny bit because I just recorded all that and now I'm moving it. So I'm thinking that's probably part of the reason it's a little slower, but again, 20 gigabytes, this is a pretty big file. And you gotta remember, this is going from SSD to my iPhone storage. I'm not entirely sure how fast the storage is within the iPhone, but we can test that here in a moment. Let's let this finish here. Okay, my iPhone's screen just dimmed, which means my iPhone is actually struggling with this. That's not just the SSD, that is actually my phone dimming. That's kind of crazy. All right, guys, we are almost there, so close. Come on now. All right, just finished. What did that take, like a minute or two? Honestly, not bad at all. This is now on my iPhone. It is completely transferred. It is offline. It's not in the cloud. It's just on my phone, 20 gigabytes, just like that. And just for reference, here is how fast my iPhone can write and read. So it was writing at about 500 megs per second from this SSD. So I think the phone might've been the bottleneck, but there's only one way to find out. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to plug this SSD into my MacBook and run a speed test. So let's do that right now. There we go, guys. I'm gonna put those results up on the screen right now. You guys can see it did very well in the disk speed test. So overall, this is something I would definitely recommend people to check out if you need external storage for your iPhone, especially, but even just for your Mac or your PC or Android. On their website, it says it even works with PS5, Steam Deck, and other devices, of course, that use USB-C and can benefit from an external SSD. So check this one out, guys. Links to it down below. It does not break the bank at all. Thank you, and shout out to Aiffro for sending this SSD out free for review. If you like the video, hit it with a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.